Hey everyone, Tyler here at The Movie Beat. Welcome back to another video. I want to share with you guys my thoughts, my reaction to my screening of One Fine Spring Day, directed by Jin-ho. This one was from 2001 and it stars Yoo Ji-tae and Lee Young-ae. So you definitely know Yoo Ji-tae. He was in my most recent film review, Midnight FM, but most famously he is the villain character from Oldboy. Lee Young-ae also in Park Chan-wook's Vengeance trilogy. She is Lady Vengeance, but you might have seen her in some other films, maybe more recently. Was it Bring Me Home? I think was her return to the screen, but she also has a decent-sized role in Park Chan-wook's JSA. She's the mediator in that. So this, if you guys don't know Jin-ho, he is definitely, in my opinion, one of the better dramatic film directors. He also is credited for writing in this one. He does a lot of his own writing as well. He directed Christmas in August, by the way. There's something about his films that I feel are so... especially his earlier films, but there's a like simplistic quality and naturalistic feeling that I get, a very Korean vibe, something like almost want to say like a lost time period now. Really captures this moment in time. It's something that I appreciate much more after living here, and having experienced some of these little subtle things in his films that have made me appreciate them much more. So even when I saw Christmas in August again in theaters, I hadn't seen it in so long. A brand new appreciation for it, absolute masterpiece. And I have to say that about this one as well. The first time that I watched One Fine Spring Day, I actually saw it on an imported DVD that I got from Hong Kong, and even on my DVD player at the time, it was just like letterboxed, so it didn't actually fill my screen. Like, it didn't have, I guess you would say, like anamorphic widescreen technology, but I also always thought it looked good. The remastering, I don't get specific details on just what sort of went into the remastering, but I gotta say, this is definitely one of the very best remasterings I have ever seen, right next to City of the Rising Sun, which I still can't stop thinking about. But very interestingly, I think this was shot by the cinematographer Kim Hyung-gu, who also shot City of the Rising Sun. He also shot Memories of Murder, The Host, and even some of Hong Sang-soo's more recent films. So definitely one of my favorite cinematographers ever, and I just could not take my eyes off the screen. There wasn't an artifact to be found in the remastering. The colors were perfect. I could tell just the main actress in this one, Lee Young-ae, her first shot with the scarf, the red scarf, the blue paint on the wall at the bus station. Oh my God. This is also one of those films, like, I guess I could compare it a little bit in setting sense to something like Little Forest, because One Fine Spring Day, its story really takes you through all of the seasons here, so throughout 1 year. So the changing in the setting really just masterfully captured, photographed in this film, in perfect color. I just can't stop raving about it. So sorry, I'll move on. So One Fine Spring Day, if you guys haven't seen it, maybe the title might suggest this really nice melodramatic film, and it is in some sense, but rather than being one of those romance films that's really trying to put the couple front and center, like really make you want to like this couple or dislike the couple, it's much more about really just like the man's journey through his experience with love, and what's most likely his first experience at a true heartbreak. And so the film really begins in the winter, late winter, so as spring is coming on, and you know, as they say, you know, in springtime everything's kind of, you know, rejuvenating. There's this flourishing feeling of rebirth in a lot of senses, but perhaps, you know, you could ignite a new flame of love, of passion. And so this is the time that the character Yoo Ji-tae, he's a sound recorder, so he records a lot of like ambient sounds in nature, and so he's hired by Lee Young-ae's character, who plays a radio broadcasting. I guess you would call her a DJ. She has a show, but she wants to get some nature sounds, so she hires him for a job, and the two of them kind of hit it off, and they start to develop into something, and really kind of takes Yoo Ji-tae's character by surprise, really falls for Lee Young-ae's character, who says that she has been married before, and maybe one of those characters that's just searching for something to kind of stimulate her life. You know, we don't really know exactly what her past is, but one of the first things that she says to Yoo Ji-tae's character is, you know, tell me something funny, you know, just, she really wants to just feel alive. And I guess she is able to, you know, find enough in his character, and they do have a pretty good summer, I guess you would say, of love. But as the fall starts to approach, maybe this character played by Lee Young-ae starts to get back into that feeling where she's looking for something else to, she's getting a little too comfortable with Yoo Ji-tae's character. Maybe things aren't as exciting as they were anymore. And she proposes to take a 1-month break and they can see somebody else. And it's kind of an informal breakup, and Yoo Ji-tae's character really does not know how to take it. It takes him, you know, really until the next spring to try and kind of move on from that. So maybe spring can signify the start of a new love, but also maybe getting over a heartbreak. It might take that feeling of rebirth to get you out of a very gloomy slump. So this movie probably is going to hit you differently depending on what sort of life experiences you've had. Also, this movie is pretty slow in pace, so I guess also depending on, you know, your tastes in film, that this could be pretty boring for some. I gotta imagine. I think this film is very, very peaceful, at least in the beginning. It's beautiful to look at. I love the simple soundtrack that it has, sort of a classic guitar, piano, some tunes, but I think that maybe once this couple's relationship starts to go south, a lot of people that really were liking maybe the tone, the vibe of the movie thus far could check out at that point. It is a little bit frustrating, but I think the point really gets nailed home at the end. Just the heartbreak, that getting over, you know, getting over something like that, I think is portrayed pretty well. So I definitely want to show you guys some of the goodies that I was able to pick up for watching this. This was part of the badge pass event that I signed up for initially that only included 3 films. So finally, this is the last one. I'm wondering if they're going to do it again. I really hope they will, but here is ticket number 7. Okay, so it's got kind of the shininess there. We can see the 2 leads, Yoo Ji-tae, Young-ae. I love these tickets. The back of this ticket features an image from one of my favorite scenes in the film when they're recording some sounds at kind of like this Buddhist monastery, and Young-ae's character wakes up in the middle of the night to find Yoo Ji-tae outside recording the snowfall and the wind sounds. Just beautiful scene overall. You can hear some chimes of some kind of like, you know, trinket thing hanging. But we got genre drama. Initially released September 28th, 2001. Re-released June 9th, 2021. Awesome. Bom naru kanda. One fine spring day. Beautiful ticket. Really cool goodie here is the badge that they give you. Sweet. This is awesome. So we've got the 2 main characters in one of the early scenes in the film when they're recording some ambient sounds in the bamboo forest. So really, really gorgeous scene. Love that as the badge. And it does say on the bottom, the initial release date, yeah, September 28th, 2001. And they included these Signature-K cards, these special cards. These are always great. So it says here, 어떻게 사랑이 변하니? How can you change your love? I think that's what that says. Beautiful card. I love that little sort of holofoil, I guess you would say, lettering for the title of the film on top. This is a great shot. Yeah, Yoo Ji-tae, he's really tall. So Young-ae, she's kind of standing on her tiptoes when she gives him a hug and embrace in this shot. And perhaps the breakup scene, or one of the breakup scenes in the film, I think this is when Yoo Ji-tae's character says, "How can you just change your love so quickly or so easily?" Awesome goodies again. When I got home, immediately I checked out the Netflix stream, which looked really, really good. So if there was any sort of additional remastering that was done, it's probably subtle changes. So if you do have the Blu-ray, very curious to hear your guys' thoughts on the overall picture quality, as that's something that I was never able to pick up. But this was miles, worlds apart from the initial DVD that I screened this on initially way back in the day. So definitely let me know what you guys think. If this was to be re-released, is it something that you guys would pick up? I definitely would, because I have never owned it before, but maybe if I had the Blu-ray, it would probably take a real special package for me to pick this one up. But what a treat to see it in theaters. Definitely a very kind of powerful film for me personally, and one of the best, my favorite cinematographers. So it's a treat visually. Even if you don't like the story, oh my god, just can't stop looking at it. So just wanted to share with you guys those goodies and my thoughts on this re-release of One Fine Spring Day, and maybe perhaps encourage you to check it out if you haven't already. So thanks as always for watching. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy this content. I know it's been a while since my last update, but sort of getting things rearranged for my work. Sort of finding a new job, so it's been a little bit hectic, with interviews and moving around town, but things are kind of falling into place a little bit, so hopefully things will be a little bit smoother and I can get some more uploads for you guys, and we can all share our love and passion for Korean cinema. So thanks as always for watching. Until next time, I'm Tyler at The Movie Beat. Keep watching movies.